This is Cape Sir Awesome, and this is my Star Wars movie slash TV series tier list. It doesn't include all of it, but it includes like a large portion of it. If you have your own opinion on it, then feel free to put it so in the comment section. But without further ado, let's begin. Now, I've seen at least all these movies at least twice. The TV shows at least once. There's a couple that I have no interest in, so I'm probably gonna put them at the bottom of this list in Youngling because let's be honest, they're the worst. But Grandmaster, let's just go ahead and get out of the way. Bam, bam, bam. Right is ranked higher and left is ranked slightly lower. But I think all three were solid. Some people will say, well, that's not true of the Return of the Jedi. Some people didn't like Return of the Jedi. Real talk, the only problem people seem to have with it was the Ewok part. Once everyone talks past the Ewok part, and just start talking about the movie, they love it pretty much like this. They love the others. So I'm putting it slightly lower because it's the conclusion to a series, the trilogy, and honestly, it's the perfect ending for the franchise. Is Return of the Jedi. New Hope was a perfect jumping in point to pretty much everyone. I would recommend you watch The New Hope. If you've never seen a Star Wars movie, watch The New Hope first. Period. Don't even talk to me. Watch The New Hope. You'll love it. Trust me. Alright. Let's get to the prequels. Why did I sigh like that? Because I gotta go here with Phantom Menace. Phantom Menace was okay. It just felt... Whenever I try to watch this, the opening part sort of bores me because there's so much flashing lights, so much movement all over the place, and it's not really focused. Phantom Menace feels like it's on a sugar high and it's about to crash. Like, I don't hate it, but at the same time, I don't really rank it amongst this stuff right here. So we'll leave it here for right now. We'll come back to it. Okay, guys? Chill. Just chill. Alright. Attack of the Clones. Here's something you guys should know. I actually think that George Lucas was braver with this than he was with this, with Attack of the Clones. Attack of the Clones felt like he was trying to say sorry for being adventurous in Phantom Menace. And quite honestly, Phantom Menace, despite all its flaws, I still liked it. Still had fun with it. Still enjoyed it. Okay. Attack of the... That's Phantom Menace. People said a lot of things about Phantom Menace over the years, but I will say this. In fairness to Phantom Menace, it was an experiment, and George Lucas rolled the dice on this one, alright? He rolled the dice. It came up snake eyes, but I applaud his bravery. So I won't put it lower than Night. Right now. I might change my mind later in the video. I reserve the right to change my mind at the end of this video and past this video in the street when people talk to me. Okay? Alright. 2 was sort of like an apology for 1. And some people accepted the apology, other people didn't accept the apology. It depends on the person. You know how it goes. So, The Revenge of the Sith. People will say it's pretty much like this, but I would say Revenge of the Sith is a little bit higher. I would say it's right here. I would say it's pretty good. It's not on this level, but it's so close that it's like a hair away, like a small hair away. It had a nice origin story for Vader. If you just got rid of these other two and just had this, it'd probably be right here, because they did a good job of establishing so much in that movie and just making it entirely based on Obi-Wan and Anakin Skywalker's relationship and friendship and like brotherhood. So when it just started to decay in the film, you actually felt kind of bad because you know where it was going to head to at the end. But that being said, I think they could have done a little bit more to, I don't know, show its decay. It's slower. It could have been like a little bit slower paced in certain parts. But also, I think the fight between them at the end dragged on a little bit too long. But that's fine. They needed to draw it out because it was built up over like 6 movies. It needed to be dragged out a little bit. All right, Star Wars Rebels. I actually kind of like this show, so I'm gonna put it here in master level. I actually kind of like it. Yeah, it's not a great show. It's not like one of the greatest shows ever, but it's better than most TV shows I watch nowadays. So props for that. See the issue I have with it. I don't know. I don't really have any issues with it. But it's sort of under the Disney brand, and we'll get into this a little bit later, but I'm just not really a fan of anything that really has to do with Disney. And I think it's because of that, but mostly because here's the thing, I really like the plucky band of rebels sort of thing they were going with. But it doesn't feel like anything was on the line until the last season. The last season felt like everything was on the line. Like anybody could die, anything could happen. But I know it's a kid's show. But at the same time, they were trying to not be a kid's show. It's like, I had fun with it, but I could just as easily never watch it again. Like here, Grandmaster means I want to watch that over again, and council members are like, I'm okay with watching it again, and I would like to watch it again. Master means I'm okay. All this once is good enough. Knight was alright, maybe I'm not a fan of it, but I can see its appeal. And Padawan is no, and the Youngling is definitely no. But I do enjoy it. For some reason, I can't put it higher. I don't know why. I'm not really sure why. Put in the comment section, what do you think? What do you think I can't put it higher? My guess is, I don't know, I don't remember it being bad, but I feel like I shouldn't put it higher, if that makes sense. Okay, let's get off that. Then there's the Clone Wars movie. Yeah, you go right here. That was so bad. I just remember like, ugh. I watched it once, and once was enough. Like, it wasn't terrible. It was trying so hard to be something it was not. Clone Wars, the TV show. Here's the thing about this one. It starts kind of lame in the beginning. Then it starts to pick up somewhere in the middle. And in the later seasons, it's so good. It's really good. Like, there's a lot of things that are happening in the later seasons. I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but it becomes an A show in the late seasons. Not a perfect show, but an A show. Oof. I don't recognize this one, so it goes right here. Rogue One. It goes right here. Rogue One, people say it's... I don't know. I don't know about putting Rogue One either higher or lower. Some people hated it. Other people's loved it. I'm just sort of like in the middle with some of it. But I did enjoy the ride. I did enjoy the ride. I did enjoy Saw Gerrera. I did enjoy the various characters in Rogue One. It was a nice change up from what the standard was. Let's talk about the last series in this list, The Mandalorian. I don't know how to put this, but I found it... I liked the first season. I was okay with the second season. When they got to the third season, it sort of fell apart for a lot of people, and I didn't bother watching it because it was already on shaky ground in the second season with me, so I'll just put it here. It's on night level. You know, we'll sandwich it between the two prequel movies. Like this list isn't bad. This isn't bad. It's just like, okay, I see what you were going for here, and it's not for me, but I can get behind it. All right, let's go into Solo, then we'll talk about the Disney trilogy. Listen, I didn't even watch it, okay? The actor they got to replace Harrison Ford as Han Solo, he didn't have his charisma. All right, their charismas are two different things. Their energy is two different styles. Harrison Ford has a very different style to whoever they got to replace him. And I just didn't. I didn't need them to explain the origin of Han Solo to me. I could already figure that out myself. I didn't really need to delve too deep into it. I feel like they put that in here just for, I don't know, just to make money off of the name, and I just didn't like that. So I'm putting it there. There. Okay. So, this is Force Awakens. Many of you would put it here. But I will say this. When it came out, a lot of people started speculating again on Star Wars forums and Star Wars channels. Star Wars was brought alive again. Well, it was alive still, but it was re-energized with this movie. So because it did that, it's like the bare minimum a Star Wars film can do. You know, since it's the bare minimum, you're going right here. You're going right here. Oof. So, this is The Last Jedi. People liked it. I wasn't one of them. It goes there. Actually, it goes right here. It goes right there. I consider it the worst of the trilogy. Because it came off like a conclusion, not just for the trilogy, but for the entire franchise. And after that, they struggled to continue anything. And that was sad to me. Like, your greatest thing about Star Wars was that you didn't know, you could just jump in at any point and it would still be good, or you could just jump out. Here it felt like a conclusion. It felt like a definitive end. The main bad guy was defeated. The heroes saved the day. the main hero from the original trilogy had died, it felt like it was over. And the fact that they had another movie coming up and they still have planned for more movies and TV shows, thinking, yeah, we can survive past the main hero's death. I don't know how to tell you this, Disney, but you you don't know. Just know. No, you don't have what it takes to sustain a series like this. You don't have the creative talent to push something like that. No. No, Disney. No. Shame. No. No, Disney. Bad, Disney. Bad. Sit. Speak. Good, Disney. Good. Yeah. Here's the thing. I don't blame J.J. Abrams. He had nothing to do. There was nothing he could do. So I'm putting it here at Padawan. In fact, let me just... I'm thinking about putting episode 1 in Padawan, but here's the thing about my thinking about episode 1. He took a risk. George Lucas took a risk. He took a gamble. And it didn't pay off, but hey, man, I respect the hustle. I respect the bravery. So I'm pushing you up tonight just for that. Just for being brazen. Just for being brazen. Episode 2, I put the curse on the wrong one, but you know, yeah, let's just put you down here. Let's put you right down here. Okay, that's much better. Because even though I respect the hustle, it was still bad. It's still pretty bad. It should be in Youngling, actually. But I'm going to put it in Padawan because I respect the hustle. And I edge it out over this one because, let's be honest. Yeah, let's be honest. 2, it felt like he was trying to apologize. He was trying a little too hard. But to be perfectly honest, I thought 2 was fine. I didn't have that many problems with 2. I mean, it expanded the lore, expanded a lot of things about the world of Star Wars. You know, the universe of Star Wars. So I felt more enthralled by it. Both these, actually. You know what? Yeah, let's put it back to that. Yeah. My indecisiveness is driving some of you nuts, but let's be real here. This was him taking a huge risk. It didn't pay off. Hey, it happens. And meanwhile, Last Jedi felt like they wanted more money. And what was this one called? The Rise of Skywalker. Felt like, I don't know, they were just out of everything. Because they spent it all in The Last Jedi. So it was just like there was nothing left to spend. They were out of currency. They were out of resources. They were out of pretty much all of the fans' goodwill. It was done. This series was done after that. It was like, yeah, okay, bye. And I'm guessing... Here's the thing. I've been trying to get people to watch Andor, but nobody's bothered with it. And the reason nobody's bothered with it, even though I consider it probably on the Grand Master level, is because, let's be honest, nobody wants to come back to Star Wars. That's the sad part about it. Everyone's sort of like, okay, bye, and they just left it. So I'm pretty much... I feel like I'm like the last person in my friend group who is still somewhat interested in Star Wars. Which is the saddest state ever. It's like I'm the last man standing. Hey, anybody come there? Hello? You guys? Can you hear me? Okay. Alright, well that's it. Let me stop the rant right now so I don't go on for hours and hours. If you like what you hear and you like what you see, then don't be afraid to hit the like button. It's free and it's easy to do, and you can cancel at any time. Just like subscribing. Also do that if you want more content like this. Alright. That's it. Later.